going.
Okay, well, here we are, another episode of Clifton News live at Clifton Market, and I got a great friend here. How you like the market?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I got a good old Tues, and just walking through.
Do you live nearby?
No, I don't.
Oh, where do you live?
I used to live here, but now I live in Denver.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you must be visiting friends.
Yep, you got it. Yeah. How about you? You been around here too?
Well, I grew up in Northern Kentucky, but I've been here about 20 years, and we're just trying to keep the market alive. So you haven't been at the market yet? Or
No.
This is the first time?
Yes, it has.
Well, it's a community-owned grocery store.
Okay.
And as you can see, our shelves are a little empty, but we're trying to bring back a grocery store.
Okay. Well,
Do you have
I
a
like
co-op in Denver?
No, I do not.
Or do you know about a community-owned grocery store in Denver?
No, we have to bring it back though.
How long
Those
have you lived in
are
Denver?
a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, then there must not be a community store, otherwise you know about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So bring it back, free the people, do the thing, and
Hey,
what's up?
that's great. All right, thanks a lot.
You got it.
And your name again?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
All right, super. Thank you, Tommy. My name's Tom too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See you, Tom.
Yes, sir. Well, that was a great find there. I got all the news. There's a CTM meeting tonight at 7 p.m. It's a special meeting. So, due to timing associated with 3 new topics, the majority of CTM trustees have agreed to hold a meeting Monday, November 12th at 7 p.m. to discuss 3 topics. The meeting location is not the usual place. This meeting will be held at a trustee's home, 348 Bryant Avenue. Everyone is welcome to attend, as CTM board meetings are always public. The topics to be discussed are below. There is likely to be voting on some or all of them. The meeting is intended to last no more than 1 hour and possibly less. Please help us publicize this event by forwarding it to your neighbors. So we're getting the word out on this. Topic 1, City Council proposed ordinance on short-term rentals. City Council will be taking up consideration of an ordinance to regulate. Are you going to come over and say hello?
Give me 1 second.
All right. An ordinance to regulate the short-term rental industry within the city. This ordinance is focused on unhosted rentals such as via Airbnb. The ordinance is quite long, and you can click here to read it. Well, so you can sit right here.
Okay, I don't have too long.
No, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alexia. I'm a front-end supervisor here.
And what'd you do to your hand?
Oh, I burnt it on accident.
I hope not here.
Oh, no, not here over the weekend. Doing something silly.
Do they have you running a deli slice or anything like that here?
Yes, I've been running deli part-time, bakery part-time, and then front-end. Yes. Well, I actually have to hop to my duties now, but it was good saying hello.
All right, Alexis, thank you. Thank you. So I was just reading about the CTM meeting tonight. It's going to be at 7 p.m. at 348 Bryant Avenue. It's at a trustee's home. Everyone is welcome to attend, as CTM board member meetings are always public. It's going to involve the Airbnb. The ordinance is quite long, so the new ordinance would, 1, distinguish between rental of a room within a home or an apartment and rental of an entire home, condo, or apartment. The latter is defined as an unhosted short-term rental. Number 2, cap the number of unhosted units a host may operate at 3. The 3, host is defined to include ownership through entities including corporations, LLCs, etc. 4, grandfather existing units beyond the 3-unit cap so that a current host may continue operating units currently on the market if he or she has more than 3. 5, require current host to register and obtain a license for existing units. 6, require registration for all short-term rental units, even rooms in hosted homes. 7, require licensing for unhosted rentals of an entire dwelling units. Require host to comply with applicable building, zoning, housing, and fire codes. 9, levy an excise tax of 7% and earmark it for affordable housing preservation and development in Cincinnati. The sponsor of the ordinance, Councilmember Mann, has prepared a top lines document outlining his goals for the ordinance. The trustees will discuss this new potential ordinance and may possibly vote to create a resolution in support of the ordinance. Topic number 2, location of Police District 5 headquarters. On November 6th, the acting city manager has recommended 2 final locations options for Police District 5 headquarters and requested further city council direction on the matter. This came as an email from Clifton Town Meeting. If you click on, you go to cliftoncommunity.org and click on send the email to you. Occasionally they send out various emails. And if you sign up for it, you'll get the email, and then you can click on the various links that I can't click on here right now, like the whole ordinance, and also Councilmember Mann's prepared a top lines document outlining his goals for the future for the ordinance. You can click there. So if you go to cliftoncommunity.org, hopefully these links will be active right on the front page. Topic number 2, the location of police district headquarters. On November 6th, acting city manager has recommended 2 final locations for options for Police District 5 headquarters and requested further city council direction on the matter. So you can click on the manager's memo to city council. If you go to the cliftoncommunity.org. 2 locations are 3300 Central Parkway in Clifton and 5837 Hamilton Avenue in College Hill. During the June 2018 CTM meeting, trustees adopted a resolution supporting the 3300 Central Parkway along with 2 other centrally located options for the headquarters. This resolution was sent to acting city manager, city council, and the mayor. Trustees will discuss this latest development and may possibly vote to take further action beyond the existing June resolution. So Lee, let's just go see exactly where 3300 Central Parkway is. Three three zero Central Parkway. It's near the Rest Inn. It's in the building that used to be the city building, where they had like businesses could go there and streamline their licensing. I believe it's in that building. It's right in between the AAA Auto Wash and the Rest Inn. So that's the location. The topic number 3 will be a zoning variance hearing for 3601 Middleton Avenue and 402 Reeser Avenue. The variance request has been submitted by the homeowners of the property at the corner of Reeser and Middleton to expand their home. The addition would protrude from the current building towards Reeser by 4 feet or so. This would be less than the entrance that is near the corner of Reeser and Middleton that is marked In the plan, it protrudes 8 to 9 feet. A zoning variance hearing has been scheduled for Wednesday, November 14th at 11:30 a.m. Trustees may vote on this matter to take action in the form of a letter to the zoning variance hearing officer. So that's the special meeting tonight. Monday, it's a CTM meeting. They're going to possibly vote on 3 topics. It's going to be held in the private trustee's home at 348 Bryant Avenue. Might as well look that up and see where that is, since we're looking up things today. (348) Bryant. (348) Bryant is between Telford and Middleton, and it's south of Thrall Street. So if you leave Ludlow and go up Middleton, it's the first right. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. tonight at 348 Bryant Avenue. They're going to discuss an ordinance sponsored by Councilmember Mann about to distinguish between the rental of a room within a home or apartment and a rental of an entire home, condo, or apartment as an unhosted short-term rental. This refers to Airbnbs. And then the second one is going to be the location of Police District 5 headquarters. The suggested building is in between the AAA Auto Wash and Rest Inn. And the third topic is the zoning variance for a Middleton home, one on Middleton Avenue, one on Reeser Avenue. Going on the Clifton Market Board meeting notice. Clifton Market Board is postponing the special meeting of owners that was previously announced for Saturday, November 17th. Options for the future of the market have not been finalized to the point where the board is able to present a well-developed options for the shareholders for their consideration. The board is working hard to finalize all variable options as soon as possible. Let's see if we can go to a dedicated app. See you, Yvonne. Bye, Helen. The board is now calling a special meeting of owners to be held at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 27th at a location to be determined. A vote of the shareholders may be taken. Any such vote will include a mechanism for absentee balloting. Hey, welcome to the market. Please mark your calendars to be alert for an announcement of location and additional information. Thank you. Well, until then, please shop at the market. While some items are not in inventory, many others are. Please buy what you can. We appreciate and need your support as we seek a path forward. So that's the top news of the day. 3 very important items. This past Sunday, we had the Lantern Walk, and I hope it went well. Clifton Business and Professional Association is seeking nominations for the 2019 election. Currently, Patrick Borders is the president, representing Cincinnati Acupuncture Herbalist. The vice president. Hey, Jimmie, here's that picture I was telling you about.
I see that, man. That's nice. I like that.
You want to sit down and say hello?
Yeah, let me grab you a beer real quick.
Okay, all right, thank you. So this is talking about the Business and Professional Association is seeking nominations for officers. Currently, Patrick Borders is the president. Anna Ferguson of World Peace Yoga is the vice president. Treasurer is Shelley Watson of United Fidelity Bank. And the secretary is Mike Anagosto, representing Ludlow Wines. All candidates will have an opportunity to speak or share about themselves at the December 17th meeting, and that's coming up this coming Monday. Oh, great, Jimmy. Thank you.
This is it's a brewery from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Drinking on air.
Yeah, we were having a taste. Say again?
It's from Columbus, Ohio. It's called North High. Let's see here. There you go. Break on through. Solid IPA. Very solid IPA. Double IPA. Got a couple of these left. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make any more orders of beer or wine, but I still have a lot of beautiful, badass beers that you can't find anywhere else. This one here, you'll find multiple hops, very aromatic. It's a really, really sexy beer.
Man,
Is that nice?
that's my kind of
Good.
beer.
Yeah.
I enjoy the IPs ever since they came out.
Easy to drink. High ABV, but you don't even taste it until you stand up. So it's like $13 for this one here, but it's like, again, 6 beers, so it's like a little bit over 8% ABV that you don't even really recognize.
Yeah, I like the 8%. I'm trying to think of the first IPA at 8% I enjoyed.
Big Bad Baptist by Epic is a really good one. It's a stout. We have a bunch of those. It's bombers only, but those are high ABV. They're stouts, but they will tear you up. They're really good.
Yeah, like a fine porter.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But hey, cheers. Come buy my beer. And yeah,
Thank you, Jimmy.
no problem, man.
Sure. Is Alice here today?
Alice is not. Alice will probably be in tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time.
Oh, great. I got a gift for her.
Yeah, here, let me tip you off a little bit.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy.
No problem, man. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, no, we love it. We love it. I'm not doing it every day anymore, but still, I've been starting this since August. I've been doing this since August.
We're doing it for a bit, so.
August, that's a long time. I thought I was telling everybody it was a month.
Right.
Like 3 months.
And it'll be sad if Market's gone, because it's like the only other place you can get beer locally that's rare and hard to find will be Landlocked Cafe, which is right down the road in East McMillan, then Higher Gravity and Cappy's. But that's still kind of a drive. Like here, we have the best beer there is.
No, it's really, you got the good point there. Still plenty of great beer.
Yeah, there's still a lot of good beer in stock, as is while it lasts. So,
Thank you, Jimmy.
shop and drink.
Thank you. It's a lot better than the water I was drinking. Man, what was the first IPA I ever had? So we were talking about the elections. Clifton Business and Professional Association is looking for officers to run. Candidates will have an opportunity to share and speak for themselves at the December 17th meeting. That's this Monday. No, I'm sorry, not this Monday. The third Monday in December 17th, CTM meeting. It's at 3 o'clock in the basement of. Hey Keith, I'm live on YouTube. Come over and say hello. Oh, we're just here. Sit down here and introduce yourself. Yeah, we got Father's Night out this Wednesday.
That's right, we do.
The ladies are meeting tonight.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was going to read the slate. The ladies' mothers meet here, and they always have a topic, a speaker, but we don't have any speakers.
Right.
Our speakers are like
We all
Yingling or Bud Light. I heard that was
we all
spoken
yell
loud.
to try to get a word in one way or another.
Well, I'm hoping that someday they'll take notice of us coming in there every second Wednesday at 9 and give us a free pitcher.
Absolutely. They really do need to recognize our efforts here in Clifton.
Sometimes we get up to 20 guys in it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, they should throw us a party one night, I think.
Well, I'll take a pitcher of beer every time we have a meeting. And then if I just show up, sometime I've been the only one there, I'd get to drink.
Exactly.
Well, what'd you come in for today, Pete?
Came in for beer.
Good.
Speaking of beer.
I just, Jimmie and the Beer and Wine just interviewed me and let me sample a nice IPA.
Nice.
Fantastic. He said,
Excellent.
even though the stock is a little low, still some exceptional beer.
All right. Well, I'm going to check it out.
All right. Breakfast,
Make sure
lunch,
I
and
do
dinner.
my part.
Mix it with cornflakes. I like beer and cornflakes. It's like an all-round meal.
But Johnny Cash.
Did you do that? All right. Thank you, Keith. Yeah. The Mother Study Group is tomorrow night, and I believe I had the information about the Mother Study Group. I don't know where it went to. Oh yeah, here it is. From Lara Roller. Hey, you got a second? I got a question about the Esquire. Okay. That's the manager. God, I forget his name of the Esquire Theater. We'll be reading the timeline coming up on what's showing at the Esquire. So, Lord, this is about the Mother Study Group. Clifton moms meet every second Tuesday at a private home, and they usually have a guest speaker. It starts at 7 o'clock in a private home in Clifton, and you can always go send an email to Lara Roller at cliftonmoms@gmail.com and ask for it to be put on the list to get notice when the next meeting is. And tomorrow's meeting is going to be at 444 Rawson Woods Lane. And this, she's included in her notice. I'm reading from the notice she sends out to the mothers about various other events going on, neighborhood announcements, city parks, Thanksgiving and winter camps. There's information here. There must be a link to that. Save the date, upcoming CCAC events. You can click on that. There's a link there. See you. On November 13th, that's tomorrow at 4 p.m., there's going to be a Harry Potter cookie decorating at Clifton Library. Decorate Harry Potter inspired cookies with Rebecca from the Cincinnati Cake and Candy Supplies, just in time for the new Fantastic Beasts movie for tweens and teens. Hey, thanks for coming to the market. Tweens and teens, 4th grade and up. Registration is required, and you can register there. So I guess you're going to have to email Lara Roller at cliftonmoms@gmail.com and ask, or go to the library website. Clifton Market special owner meeting of the owners is at a location to be determined. A vote of the shareholders may be taken. Please mark your calendars and be alert for an announcement of location and additional information. Until then, please shop at the market. While some items are not in inventory, many others are. Please buy what you can. We appreciate and need your support as we seek a path forward. On December 1st, there's going to be a winter welcome craft party at the Clifton Library, so we'll put that in the queue to be read as time gets going on those items. I was reading from I just recently proofed the online Chronicle. The Chronicle should be in the mailboxes. Sometimes we get it in before Thanksgiving because we usually publish early enough, and the Postal Service is making preparations, ramping up for delivery, and we just happen to get ours delivered to the post office just when they ramped up and take advantage of that. So Vicki Black is waiting for a few stories, especially some photographs from the Lantern Walk to put in the online. There'll be a lot of nice photographs of Clifton Fest too. my next broadcast, I'll probably print out a copy of it and read some of the stories. But in the meantime, we're going to go right ahead with reading the front page of the print edition. Holidays on Ludlow. It's going to be December 7th. It's Friday. It begins at 6 and ends till 9 p.m. There'll be music, carriage rides. All the shops will be having little trinkets. You can go Google Cincy Flags, and it'll take you to a website where you can vote on the Cincy flag, the Clifton flag that this group of designers has put together for all 52 neighborhoods. In the next meeting, December 3rd at 6 p.m. they'll be voting for the CTM candidates. On this last meeting, you were able to meet some of the candidates, but you must be a current CTM member in good standing to cast your vote. If you are not up to date with your membership dues, you can pay online at cliftoncommunity.org, mail in a check along with there's a form in this print edition where you can mail it. Hey, Betsy. All right. Oh, look, there they are there. You want to come over and sit down? Oh, there's Irene right there. Oh, that's great. We always like to go to the meeting and renew our subscription. Okay. So we go to the meeting. It's at December 3rd on Monday at the Clifton Recreation Center, and vote and pay our yearly dues. Voting begins at 6 p.m. There are 5 positions to be filled by candidates, and I think there's 5 officers running. 5 candidates running. Peter Block is running again. Joe Bruner, Malcolm Montgomery, and Peggy Spoor have bios in the print edition of the Chronicle. You'll be able to read those when it comes in the mail. Memberships, a single vote is $14. A household is $20, 2 votes. Full-time college student, $10. Business, 1 vote, $40. 65 or plus, it's $10, 1 vote. Senior household, 2 votes. I guess that means both of them are 65, so my partner and I won't qualify because my partner is 63. Anyway, and you can always make a donation to the Clifton Chronicle. The Clifton golf outing raised about $10,000, and the money went to. Oh, hi, dear. My partner Irene is here. You gonna sit down and say hello? I already announced the Mother Study Group tomorrow.
That's great.
And I didn't see a lecture or a topic.
It's Child in Bloom. We'll be speaking about strategies for parenting. And this is a repeat program. This speaker's been with us before. So we'd love to have you.
Yes, I noticed that the Hart Montessori has opened up into Judson Hall up the street as a daycare for Montessori.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have asked about Rossin Woods Bird Preserve. The Metropolitan Sewage District reimbursed the Park Service for the trees that were taken down during the sewage repair. They're at the corner of Middleton and McAlpin. And I've been told by a reliable source at the Park Service that they will be reforesting and putting back up the fence at Burnett Bird Preserve. And this is supposed to happen in December, which apparently, for those of you who know trees, is a good month for planting. Right. So, Tom, how much money do you make with this YouTube video?
I haven't monetized it yet. I would need like thousands of subscribers to get started, and I only have like 85. But it grows every day. Every time I broadcast, get about 4 more subscribers.
And how much money do you make on the 85 that you've got?
I don't get any money. That's why I had to cut down the broadcast every so often, because then I get to have a little personal life.
So you typify a volunteer in the truest sense. And
Well, I always said I learned from you, but then you always tell me you're learning from me.
oh, I'm always saying stop volunteering. But I have my 409, and when I get done with this, I'm going to do a little tidying up here at Clifton Market. There are a lot of invisible volunteers, people that fix things, repair things, buy things. You bought 200 of these buttons to give away. So I've had a variety of jobs that I just did.
I think we should start giving away the shopping bags. They make a nice premium for people to come in, and we got a lot of bags, and we could it really go a long way to advertising.
Have you swept up the cigarette butts today, dear?
No, I added one. I know, but it was pretty clean. I picked up a couple of cups.
And how about the shopping carts?
There weren't any. I had to come up here to get one.
Okay. Well, that's one of my little jobs, is pushing up the shopping carts. 3 is my limit at one time of the big ones.
Everything's in ship shape. I'm going to redo the letter boxes after the show to just update the slogan. Oh, he's talking
I
up
don't
on beer.
believe it.
Good job. I wish I had a picture of Keith coming out with 8 12-packs. It must be a party. Yeah, the fathers meet tomorrow. The mothers meet tomorrow.
That's right.
And the fathers meet at 9 o'clock on Wednesday at Arlen's.
Excellent. And you would welcome mothers, though you think of it as a father's group.
Oh, yes. Partners are always welcome.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we occasionally get a partner.
Occasionally get,
A partner to come in with
yeah.
but the fathers aren't welcome at the Clifton Moms group.
Unless they have a critical announcement.
Or a small child they're taking care of. That would be a nice thing.
Right. So there's lots of buzz here, a nice vibe.
I talked to one of the cashiers. He said that we might have turned a corner here today.
Well, one of our neighbors bought 2 gallons of vinegar
Well,
because it was on the shelf, and she said, someday I'll use all this. And
you go through 2 gallons of vinegar in about 4 months.
in about 4 years. Vinegar?
Oh, I buy those gallons all the time. You put them in the sink.
And someone else I had lunch with today said that she bought all the pizzas last week just to be ready for the grandchildren at Christmas time.
I agree. We're more and more like a French market where the stuff comes in the morning and then it all goes out before the night's over.
Well, that's what she said. In the European markets, you go in and they've got rabbit, for example. And that's what you eat, is rabbit or...
Unless you get there early in the morning when they had like some chickens.
So you just come in and you buy what looks good, and
Yeah, it's like the French baguette. Nobody in their right mind tries to think they're going to get a baguette at 5 in the afternoon.
so I was saying today that I've learned so much by being at the market. The need for creativity and flexibility and shopping, and I don't have to always have what I think I want. It's very good for me. Now, I'm speaking for me. I'm not telling others what to do.
It reminds me of the old days at the Golden Triangle coffee shop. You would come into the coffee shop and the waiter would decide whether he was going to wait on you.
Where was this?
Right at McMillan and Vine, at where the Mad Frog is now. That used to be a jazz club, very exquisite, very, very top-notch. You know, it was, you got to shut up during the performance, and you're lucky if I'm going to tell you what the menu is.
Right. But we've had many suggestions of things that we can do as volunteers at the market. And my best advice is, if you have a good idea,
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah. Get Keith to okay it and go ahead and do it.
You just
Like
do it.
somebody wanted to, get some local distributors in here of products. Well, they can just reach out to whoever local they want. Get them hooked up with Keith, and there you go.
See if it's possible. Yeah. Okay. Well, very good.
Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll get back to the exciting news. Like, I don't know what could be any more exciting than you, but
I never argue, and thank you. That's another thing I learned. Stop complaining.
well, I guess I was going back to the golf outing. Thank you, Irene. We raised $10,000 for the Clifton Community Fund. The Clifton Community Fund sponsors the painting of the utility boxes in Clifton. So, if you didn't know it, the painted utility boxes are prevents other taggers from tagging them because they don't like to tag other people's art. So when you go to the trouble of painting a utility box by an artist, it's really not appropriate to tag. Although they did go ahead and tag Mr. Elfer's murals down on Central Parkway. That was sad. So let's see what else we have. The Golden Ticket Show is still showing at Trailside Nature Center. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the answers to my question about whether or not who the winners were at the CCAC. Hopefully they'll be on their website. Keep your fingers crossed. Mr. Humphreys won second place. Let's see, let's go to the CCAC. Clifton. Oh, look at that. Here they are. The Golden Ticket 2018 winners include honorable mentions: William W. Lithicum for... Are you going to come over and say hello? Oh, great. Well, we're live here on YouTube, so you can sit here and watch it. Oh my gosh.
This is your YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, it's I've sort of adapted my YouTube presence to help the market by interviewing, being here for an hour and a half every day. I started in August.
Wonderful. I'm glad you're doing that.
So what'd you come for the market for?
I take part in the produce perks here, so I go and shop all the veggies, and then I'm able to get the 2-for-1 kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And you can introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Lohre, Randell.
And do you live in Clifton?
I have on and off, but I presently don't right now. But
So did you get some vegetables?
I certainly did.
What'd you get?
Turnips, let's see, parsley, cilantro, and I think I'm forgetting something. I usually get sweet potatoes, yeah. So, apples. That's what it is.
Well, that's mighty healthy. We got a pumpkin we're going to cook up pretty soon.
Oh, that's perfect for this weather. Yeah, keeps you warm.
We got one of those pumpkins that you can cook. Some of them can't cook.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, the
Okay.
normal decorating ones aren't as good as the ones that are made to be cooked.
I see. Yeah, I mean, I like the concept of having a neighborhood grocery store and something you can walk to, and this is a pedestrian-friendly place, so it's nice.
Have you been here before at the market?
Oh, many times, yeah. Yes, definitely.
Are you a shareholder?
I am not. I can't right now, but I do what I can.
No, I asked you. Then we can know how many visits you had. Yeah, every time you get a receipt, it says how many visits you've been to the store.
Oh, you taught me something new. I didn't know that.
Also has the name of your cashier on it, so if you wanted to remember.
Got it. Well, I'll have to look. Now you've got me curious because I've been here. I come to church here in Clifton, and then afterwards I usually stop here. So.
Well, we're trying to establish equilibrium so that we can continue as a market, but we have to sell what we buy.
No, that's understandable. I get it. I do.
So that's a lot of in and out, but as long as we're selling it, we can get more of it. That's the way it is. We're just trying to understand where our equilibrium is.
Sure. Yeah, you have to find that point. I mean, I just value having organic veggies and then also having local farms and urban farms support a grocery store, and that's important.
Well, you might know some other organic providers, local providers. Are they here at the market, or are there others that aren't?
Actually, I don't, because I've only been in Cincy about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've picked up a magazine here that talks about some of the organic farmers, and so I'm trying to become involved in that.
Well, I'd like to find out those people and help solicit them to come in and have their products here.
Oh, absolutely. Then you should check out the CORV magazine. I think it's, are you familiar with that
I think
one?
I am. There was some copies here. It's a rather sophisticated food magazine.
Oh, definitely. It's really detailed. So it lists all I think it's Central Ohio River Valley, something like that. Growers.
We had a flower grower, Elisa June. She had her flowers here in the foyer during the summer. You remember those?
Yes, beautiful. Yeah.
There's always a greenhouse spread all over Cincinnati that's growing something that people are selling.
Absolutely. I mean, there's pockets that are wonderful to find, and a store like this kind of combines it all.
That's true. The hidden valley in Cincinnati is up Winton Road. In the back hills, there's a lot of farms back there. Do you know about them?
I do not, so I'm glad you're mentioning it.
Well, Steve Slack has a farm out there, and the people that developed the solar oven that you might have seen at Ace Hardware, have you ever seen those? They're like a glass tube with a reflector.
Oh, nice. I haven't.
Well,
No.
he has a farm up there too.
I know there's a number of places along Gray Road. There's.
Gray Road comes off Winton.
Oh,
We're
okay.
talking about the same valley.
Okay, we're talking about the same place.
Yeah. It's just where they have tree farms and bush farms.
Right. Yeah, I actually just met one of the ladies there that she grows. So I think she had bees for a while and did the honey, and she helps the kids learn about urban growing and how to plant. What is it called when you plant a tree and then you plant the flowers around it that kind of support the tree? So that kind of combination growing.
That's true. I never thought about that, but it's got to be true. Every oak tree likes a certain flower.
Yeah, there's some flowers that keep away the pests because they don't like the smell. So you can plant those with your trees and help protect the trees because the pests will come for the fruit if you plant a fruit tree, but if you plant the right flowers, they'll stay away. I think it's yarrow root kind of keeps them away.
Well, I suppose the bees have a way of getting around that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the bees don't care as much as the pests.
Well, thank you very much. And your name again?
My name's Laura.
Oh,
It was nice
all
to
right.
meet you.
Thank you, Laura.
Absolutely.
We'll see you at the market.
Okay, sounds good.
What church do you go to?
I go to St. John's over here.
Oh, cool. Yes, St. John's. Thank you. That's where the voting center is. St. John's Unitarian. Tonight's voted there. See what we were looking up. Oh yeah, we're the golden ticket winners. Honorable mention, William W. Lithicum for L'Ange sur le Plan. Diane Kuhnlein for Stars Through Burnett Woods. Third place was Tim Friedman for Trees in Fog. Second place was John Humphreys for the E-Fret Tied to Blood. Best in Show went to Melissa Coulier for Silver Lining. People's Choice is to be announced. Come and vote during gallery hours. The gallery hours are Tuesday and Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. That's tomorrow from 3 to 7, and Saturday from 12 to 4 p.m. Gallery will be closed on November 23rd. I suppose that's Thanksgiving. Other times available by appointment. And it's a great quote from Aaron Betsky. He was one of the first judges of the Golden Ticket. He says, "The Golden Ticket is second to Cincinnati Art Museum's 4th Floor Award and the most prestigious award for local working artists in the Cincinnati region." Aaron Betsky, former director of Cincinnati Art Museum. Best in Show was $800 plus a one-person show. And that went to Melissa Coulier. Her work was very small. It had beads on it, and it was kind of a smoky landscape, gray, clouded sky. And second place got $300. That was John Humphreys. And third place was $200. And that went to Tim Friedman. And there was 2 honorable mentions, but I wonder what those mean. Well, and the honorable mentions got $100. Those were the honorable mentions went to William W. Lithicum and Dana Kuhnlein. And the People's Choice will be decided at the end of the show. You go there and you can write on a little card your work, put it in a box. That's $100, and the host choice is $50. And we don't know what the host choice is right now, but the jury was Mary Gray, director of Ohio Arts Council Riff Gallery; Terrence Hammond, nationally exhibited contemporary artist. He's a printer, amongst many other things, and he works down at the Clay Street Press. Paige Weideman is a lecturer at NKU, and Colcano Colon is the executive director of the Wave Pool Gallery. So it's at the Trailside Nature Center, and gallery hours are Tuesday and Friday from 3 to 7, Saturdays from 12 to 4, and by an appointment. So that's that's what we have at the CCAC. Let's see what. If you go to cincyflags.com, you can look at the examples of flags that for Clifton. One is a compass on a turquoise background, and then stripes, green, orange, and major stripes, tricolored with thin stripes of yellow and turquoise with the light of a gas light. And they give the meaning of the flag. The compass is the middle symbol is the heart of Clifton, the gas light, a symbol of historic pride in Clifton. The orange radiating out represents how the open-minded approach of Clifton residents influences and radiates outwards, affecting things like environment, culture, and community. Hey, Matt, did you see the flags that the city has put up for Clifton?
Oh, no.
You want to sit down? Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, I was just going through that the city is getting flags designed for every community.
Oh, awesome.
Let's see if we can get back to that. This is one flag.
Okay. And that's our Clifton flag.
Yeah, that's the
Cool.
Clifton flag, and then we have another flag. They give us 3 examples.
Okay. And do we get to pick?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you vote on them, and that's the third one.
Huh. Okay.
And is there another one? There's a fourth one.
All right.
That's the gas light. I don't know what that is, like multi-international. And then we have this.
Okay.
And that. It's like a country, a foreign country.
It does look like a
like
foreign
Tunisia
country.
or something.
Yeah. I like that one best so far.
Yeah, the compass.
Yeah.
Compass rose is probably the best one.
Because it's a compass rose, but it also actually looks like it could be. If you walk around Clifton after a good snowstorm and you look at the gas lights and you see how the light is kind of refracting off the lenses, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like the logo of the market too.
Yeah, right. It has the colors there. So awesome. So yeah.
So what'd you get for dinner?
So I came to Clifton Market to get one thing, which was some fresh broccoli, and I got it.
All right.
And of course, you always find lots of other stuff. So making some fried rice tonight.
All right. Sounds great. I usually cook dinner once I review the video when I get back home.
You can see what everyone else bought and decide what you're going to make. Probably makes you hungry sitting here talking to everyone else.
Yeah. That's funny you said that. I was thinking of doing another promotional stuff for the market, but I was going to go on a hunger strike.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of not really.
No, you should. Yeah, you should be eating as much.
Yeah, I
as
should go on
possible.
a eating strike where I'm trying to gain. I'm going to gain 300 pounds.
Yeah, and the only thing that you eat is stuff that you purchased at the Clifton Market.
Yeah, I just live here in the cafe, and I'm trying to gain 300 pounds.
Awesome. I think you can do it. For better or worse.
Oh God, I don't know. I'd be a roll of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Could you believe it?
So,
That's too funny.
yeah. I don't know. I got what I needed, and I'll be home in a few minutes and making my dinner. So.
Yeah. Here's the latest graphic I made up for the market.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Calling all Cliftonites, come shop here. We need you.
That's the shopper. You are Batman.
Well, it kind of looks like the bat, right? It looks like the bat symbol of saying, "Hey, shoppers, come on over. We need you at the market." So that's awesome.
All right. Well, thank
All
you.
right. Yep.
Matt.
Thanks,
Hey,
Tom.
maybe we'll see you Wednesday at Arlen's at 9.
Oh, it's at.
Yeah, the Mother Study Group is tonight.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
All
Hopefully
right.
so.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you, Matt. Let's see what else is happening at Cincy Flags. The golden ticket. Let's go to the composite schedule of the Bearcats and see who they're playing this weekend. I got to talk to my daughter, and she said, "Oh, nobody cares about anything except the football and the basketball, the seniors." But let's see. Here's Monday, the 12th. Let's see the sports going on at UC. We got women's basketball. It's at the Fifth Third Arena at 7 p.m. Totally cool. I suggest everybody go there and get a good view of the new stadium in a relaxed format where it's not so crazy. And it's going to be a live video and live stats and on Bearcats TV. Let's see what's happening on Wednesday or Tuesday. We got men's basketball versus North Carolina Central. That's tomorrow, November 3rd at 7 p.m. at Fifth Third Arena. They're playing right here. What a game. And then there's nothing until Friday, women's volleyball versus Tulane. It's also at the Fifth Third Arena, this at 12 o'clock on Friday. Let's see what's happening on Saturday. UC football is at UCF in Orlando, Florida, at the Spectrum Stadium. The time is to be announced. So there's the story on the lineup at the basketball. Let's go to the news record and see if they have any new shows. Sort of reboot that to make sure we got the latest. I haven't really figured out when UC Health renews partnership with Cincinnati Red Bike. So they got a new issue coming out. UC columnist to release the Forgotten Bearcats book. CCM's Turn of the Screw dares to scare you. Robin Wright makes final House of Cards season her own. University architects to plan to remove the aging Crosley Tower from campus. That's the huge tower with the forks at the top. I don't see any. deals with Clifton. Tasty cuisine around the university. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. We've got a couple of nice restaurants on Ludlow Avenue. They should talk about cilantro, deep India, tea and bowl Asian food and bubble tea, cactus pear, cilantro Vietnamese, that's up on Calhoun, Chicago gyros and dogs, Island Fridays, Thai Express, Floyd's of Cincinnati. So darn it, Clifton didn't get in the list. So let's go see what else is happening at College Conservatory of Music. November 15th to 18th, the CCM Main Stage Opera is going to present The Turn of the Screw. So we've already mentioned that. So let's go back to howdy, welcome to Clifton Market. Let's go to see what's happening at the Ludlow Garage. This Thursday, November 15th, we have the go-arounds with special guest, the Turtle Doves. Friday, November 16th, we have Joe Pug. And that's the lineup for coming this weekend. We got Joe Pug on Friday and the go-arounds with special guest, the Turtle Doves, on Thursday, November 15th. Let's see what's happening at Cincy Improv. It's taken over the Clifton Performance Theater for a year. Oh, well, you'll have to rummage around in my suitcase and you'll find one. So let's restore that. Come right to. We got Saturday. Oh, it's booting up again. Good. No, we didn't see November 3rd. No shows coming up at the Improv for this. Howdy, welcome to the market.
What's happening here?
Oh, we're trying to open up a community grocery store. Have you been here before?
Yeah, I mean, we love this okay market, I mean, really.
Well, you want to sit down? I'm live on YouTube. You can introduce yourself. Tell us.
Please go ahead.
You can speak more.
Okay, great. I've been broadcasting here about since August, mostly covering the market news because I think we're in a struggle. So I thought I would be here to answer anybody's questions. So what are you?
Hello, I'm
You
Akash.
can introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, I'm Akash, and I live in Bryant Avenue. And I've been coming to this market for the last a year, I mean, since it started. And I love this little market. I mean, I've been buying here instead of going to the Kroger. And actually, I get everything which is grown local and it's really fresh, especially the fruits. My wife, she loves apples, berries, and strawberry or blueberry or everything. And we hope it keeps on going on. I mean, it doesn't have to shut down. Things are looking pretty grim right now.
Well, we're trying to match our sales with what we can buy. In the past, we had a lot of distributors lending us money, but give us kind of a false sense of security. Now we buy what we can and sell it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the business model you have to succeed in order to be productive and all. But as a local resident of Ludlow Avenue, I would love this market to just keep on sprawling and all.
Well, more and more people are shopping the market, and they're coming here first and buying what we have, and then going elsewhere if they need something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one point that I would like to make here. I mean, we have a lot of Indian students or international students. I should rather say, which will include the Asian students as well. One thing that you can do is include more Indian foods probably, like frozen foods that we have an Indian store right there.
Yeah, the Jeeps.
Jagdeep. It's Jagdeep, and they have everything. I mean, the Indian food that an Indian student would aspire to buy here and eat. So I would like to, just recommend you to include more Indian food here.
Well, we certainly would like to do that. We're in such a pinch now. Our distributors have sort of, I think they extended their credit so much. We need to establish something. We can do that in the future, but we're going to have to make a relationship between, like an Indian distributor, to come here, and it's possible. Your idea is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you include Indian food here, I mean, you're gonna get your sales are gonna just go rocket high probably. So,
But we'd be taking the sales away from the Jeep.
I think people have more options then, and like, I mean, you have Meijer, you have Kroger. Everybody is working, right? Everybody is getting what they want, and everybody is functioning actually. So it doesn't matter if we have 2 Indian stores. It's just that people have more options to buy from. So, like, Jagdeep opens at 11 in the morning, but you open at 7 a.m. in the morning, or 6 a.m. probably. I'm not sure. So people would have more options to go in the early morning, especially people who go to offices and all. They would have, apart from Jagdeep, they would have Clifton Market to come to if they are running short of their supplies, or especially their breakfast. And a lot of frozen foods, they are for the breakfast period and all. So I think in that way you won't be cutting their sales, but you should think about boosting your own sale rather than thinking about them, because
We're going to look into getting an Indian distributor. Our manager has already spoken about that, but it's a delicate dance, but we certainly want to establish that presence in the future.
I mean, I don't think it's a delicate dance kind of thing, because if you include Indian food here, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get good returns. It's not gonna be a damn squib for you, because there are a lot of Indian students who are living around this area, but I mean particularly around the Ludlow area, and they love this place because they have got lots of restaurant and all. And if you include this, I mean, if you include Indian delicacies and all also in your market, I think it will become another point for the newcoming students to find a place around this place. Because I came here in 2016, and I have had 2 friends who came in 17 and 18, and they consulted me, where should we buy the apartment, where should we take the apartment. And I told them, you don't have to look anywhere but Ludlow, because it's the place where you have an Indian store, you have Indian restaurant, and you have this Clifton Market where you can buy everything you need. So if you include Indian foods, then not even I, but all the Indian students will be more than happy to advertise for this particular market, that you also have Clifton Market where you get everything. If you don't have Jagdeep open, you can come here, and apart from Jagdeep, you also have a second Indian store. I would rather say a second Indian store. So if you think about, if you think for it, it's a win-win situation for you.
No, it's a great idea. I'm going to go home tonight and I'm going to Google Indian distributors, food distributors, and send them an email and see if they're interested in coming over. Because it would really just be, they would be distributing their products here too.
Exactly, it's a win-win situation for all. I mean, they are looking out to reach out to as much as they can, and you are reaching out. You would reach out to save this market, and
and they probably live here.
Exactly, they do. I mean, you can. I think the Jagdeep people will be more than happy to help you out, because they are as a part of the community as well, the Ludlow community and the Clifton community. So I don't think they're gonna take a step back and not help you. Moreover, I think we have a Deep Indian Foods, which is I think based in Chicago. So they are really close by, and I don't think they're gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna help you. They are in need of customers like you are. So I think you should make a drastic change, and you should be really quick.
Oh yes, quickness is essential
Right.
at this point. So I think your interview is going to help a lot, motivate some investors to do that, because you're going to have to need an investor.
I hope so. It works out for you, because I'm gonna live here for another year, or maybe more. You never know. And we don't go to Kroger. We stopped going to Kroger because we don't like their product. It's felt like substandard when we compare the food, the fruits, the vegetables that we get in Clifton store. Moreover, I mean, apart from helping out the local community, it's also about you don't have to go that far. So, it was a blessing for us, this Clifton Market, and And I think day before yesterday we came here on Saturday to buy chicken, and the market was closed at 7. It had never happened. It used to close at around 11 in the night. So we were really taken aback. And then I saw some notices that said that there's going to be a meeting and all. So I got concerned. I mean, I've been reading about a lot of organizations that have shut down, and this is what happens, precursor to that. So I was really concerned. I told my wife, let's go there and find out what's happening there. And you're lucky that we ran into you and got to know the real picture here, out here.
Well, thanks, and I'm doing all I can, and there's a lot of people working behind the scenes to make it happen. But as you might imagine, secrecy is sometimes important with negotiations of lending and distributors. So the board's working hard, I'm working hard, and my wife's working hard, and we're doing everything we can. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Tom. It was nice meeting you.
Okay.
I hope to see what I've suggested, it comes into reality and you keep on functioning.
Yes.
All right.
I want to have a broadcast long into the future from Clifton Market.
I'll come here again.
Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't hope for a better testimonial than that. You can get some Indian breakfast frozen foods initially right away in the freezers. We got plenty of room back there with the frozen shelves. And we'll go back to Cincy Improv. Let's see. Nothing going on there. But look forward in the future. You can just Google Cincy Improv. Let's go to the Esquire Theater. We'll reboot it. Oh, tomorrow, there's one of the special shows showing of The Captain. If I didn't know any better, I think this movie is in German. It's part of the UC Center for Film and Media Studies, and it's sponsored by the Departments of German Studies and History. There will be an introduction by Tanya Nusser, followed by a Q&A discussion, and it's of The Captain. It doesn't say what The Captain is about, but it's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. On Wednesday, they're going to screen I Can Only Be Mary Lane. This is a documentary about a blues singer, contemporary to Ella Fitzgerald and the other great woman jazz singers. That's going to be Wednesday, November 14th at 7:30. They'll have a special guest panel of quite a number of well-known people. That Nancy Puskar is an actress. Ed Salwick is president of Cincinnati Blues Society. Camille Sabo Smith is Lady Saba, a jazz and R&B singer, and Angela Combs, a blues and country singer, will be part of the panel. One night event only on November 28th. We'll talk about that later. Also the Queen City Kings, and of course they're going to show the It's a Wonderful Life December 16th. So the lineup is Suspiria, mid-90s, Beautiful Boy, The Happy Prince, All About Mina, and Free Solo. That's the lineup at the Esquire right now. So let's go to the dedicated website. See what we can drum up. Let's go first to Clifton NextDoor. Clifton NextDoor is our go-to place for and we have the Zuma with Rockin' Robin. Let's go to the top of the feed here. Anna Donnell has a post supporting Clifton Market. And many of us are aware that Clifton Market is struggling and many shelves are not well stocked. They've reduced their hours. I went there shopping tonight and was pleasantly surprised. I was able to get 75% of what I needed. There's going to be a community council regular meeting November 13th. That's tomorrow, about the CCAC relocation to Burnett Woods. The guests will be Leslie Mooney, Executive Director of the Clifton Cultural Arts Center. It's a presentation about proposed relocation to Burnett Woods and request the Corryville Community Council for a vote on approval. And Corryville Community Council advises the city about Burnett Woods. It's in their territory. So that's going to be a regular meeting, November 13th, tomorrow. And I don't have the time, but it's more than likely going to be at the Corryville Rec Center. There's a poster of my latest cartoon about the market. And let's see what J.B. Pickering of Clifton has sweatshirts, sweaters, hats, and coats are wanted for an after-school program. Bonnie Henry has some Christmas tree ornaments. Eileen Trotsky from Cuff found a lost dog, and it's not her dog. Mike Story from Clifton has a morning visitor. So it's a cat. Mike Story has a cat every morning visiting. Catherine Hamilton Hicks of Clifton suggests Trader Joe's coming into Clifton Market. And the story on that is that Trader Joe's has said that it's too close to their other store. So that's the answer to that. Robin Goodrich of Clifton has a Zumba with Rocking Robin as a new home. They used to perform at the Clifton Cultural Arts School in the CCAC, and they're moving to the Cincinnati Rec Center next week. Zumba Gold for beginners is Monday and Wednesday, and Zumba Fitness on Saturdays will begin at 10 a.m. If you haven't tried one yet, come join the party. Being part of the Clifton community, I do not have to tell you how great this group is. You already know. Drop-in rate is $7 or $5 when you buy a Zumba pass. The Clifton Rec Center requires a yearly membership and can be used at any CRC in Cincy. I hope to see you beginning Monday, August 20th. Well, this is quite old, but that's where the classes are now. That's when the Arts Center moved out of the building. All the various meetings have disseminated into the Clifton area, many at the churches and at the Rec Center. I recently put a poll up with the various things for promotion. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, and the leading promotion going on now is with 33%, and 9 votes is to live on the roof of the building. Other suggestions were yard signs around the perimeter. I've done that. Door hangers. Someone sitting on the corner of the store, that would be sitting on the precipice, sort of like a flagpole sitting that was popular in the 1920s. Wear the mascot costume, 11%. So I have the costume. If anybody's interested in wearing the mascot, let me know. And CTM has a special meeting tonight at 7 p.m. at a private home. Malcolm Montgomery posted also a notice about that. And there's another poll where I was switching between what type of Clifton grocery, a rock bottom price grocery or an uptrend boutique store. And the rock bottom prices has got 51% with 12 replies. So that's all we have. And then there's Ellen Beer's store note about Clifton Market needs you. Shop it or drop it. If we don't step up and increase patronage at Clifton Market, we are absolutely going to lose it. We could cry. It's friendly, it's beautiful, it's excellent, it's community owned, and it's got 89 comments. So it's been a very popular comments, more than I've ever seen. And that's the end of NextDoor. Let's go to see what's happening in other social media. Let's go on Twitter. Hey, Kristen. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Oh, no, Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Wednesday.
Thank you, dear. Let's go to the top of Twitter. Hey, Eric. Well, I'm live on YouTube. You want to sit down and say hello? Yeah, sure. Oh, great. It's always better to talk to somebody instead of having to talk to myself.
Okay. Yeah, when I was on before, something wrong was wrong with the sound or something.
Oh,
It's
good.
Like
Well, now you get to have
here.
an official broadcast. Hopefully
Okay, great.
Things are going well. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Eric Onsbach. I've lived in the neighborhood for years, so yes, and I'm one of the shareholders of the market. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, we're trying to make a go of it here. It's kind of tough, but I knew getting into this broadcast, I'd be covering it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the plan is to go from here. I guess there's a meeting coming up on the 27th, so yeah, looking forward to that, and just not sure what's going to happen. I think whatever needs to be done to, keep something going on here is something. I'm looking forward to that. Be supportive of anything that needs to be done. Yeah.
Well, that's true. And right now we've got our hours cut, and hopefully it's possible to maybe break even with the less. I talked to one of the clerks, and they thought that cutting our hours didn't really lower the overhead.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I don't think the marginal cost for each hour staying open probably isn't really much more. And then. For me, I'm a person who tends to shop at grocery stores late in the evening. Like when it was open till midnight when it first opened, I was the person coming over here 11:45 to pick up something. So there'll still be times it's like 10:30 and I'm like, oh, I want some from the market. Oh, it's too late. I can't go. I have to wait till tomorrow. I'm one of those late night people. But I mean, I don't know, it seems like in the evening there would be people at least till 9 maybe. But I guess so. What is the plan? I mean, are they you can see a lot of stuff's getting depleted. So I came over to get milk, but there's not any. So I just wondering if they're intending on staying open, or if what's going to happen at this point.
Well, basically, our distributors have lent us all the food that they can, and no more credit.
Yeah.
So that's why the shelves are empty, because we're selling what we can afford to buy.
Yeah.
We're sort of coming out. I can't think if everybody came in and bought everything, then tomorrow there would be more stuff.
Yeah.
You have to sort of treat it like you got to pay to play.
Yeah. And that's that's what everybody talks about, the thing about not having the stock in here to sell. People would buy it if it was here, and then they could make more money off of it, and it's just not here.
We did that for a year. We've been running on borrowed money all this time, but people don't realize that they didn't buy enough to keep the stock in.
Yeah.
So without the, so it was just an endless. So people.
Yeah.
We need the people to buy whatever's here enough to keep it level, and our sales really never got up to a break-even level.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's tough with a business like this, because the whole thing about it is that you need enough customer base who is willing to shop at a store like this, who value having a local business compared to, the thing about it is, and people were talking social media about one of the big national grocery chains coming in here, and why don't they want to come here, and I pointed out on there, that's an auto-oriented business. It's a discounter. It's a big national corporate chain. They sell their grocery. They're depending on a really large area for catching their customers, and they have a store located on busy roads, with a big parking lot right in front, and it's dependent on selling a high volume of goods at a low discount price, and that's how they survive. And a Clifton market is a whole different thing, and the community of Clifton's like that. A business like that is not going to come to Clifton. They're going to they'll locate like Kroger built a new store up in Coreyville, and that's a high volume auto-oriented store. The local community and design center, they were hoping all this time for a mixed-use development, which would still, I think, have a lot of parking, but would be a store that would be part of the community and have mixed use around it. But Kroger's, apparently not interested in doing that. They just want their automobile-oriented model with just a big, cheap-to-build store with a huge parking lot and catching all these people, from a greater area that are all going to drive in. And the thing is with retail, with Americans, it's like that's just kind of gotten to be where most retail is these days. And people don't think about that. They think of the normal store as being, these big chains where they buy everything out, but those are really discounters. They all sell huge amounts of merchandise at discounted prices, at, high volume, and it's kind of like all the individually owned smaller stores have to specialize in something in order to compete, to do something that the big volume discounters can't do. And so it makes it really hard for, something in the middle like Clifton Market that's trying to sell general merchandise like groceries, but at a level of being kind of more like a local business. And it puts Clifton Market in a really tough spot. It maybe really needs to be, maybe the thing is for the market to be a smaller scale and more focused on, business sized for the community that wants to shop in a, more of a local store like this. More of a community store. Maybe it's kind of too big of a space and trying to do too much. It needs to, I don't know if they could expect to increase the number of customers greatly. Maybe the store needs to shrink down to the size of the market that it's serving. Because I don't, there's people who live around here who, you'd say, why don't you just take a short trip just within a few blocks and go to the Clifton Market, and they still get in their car and drive miles away to some big giant discount store. And it's kind of like people, I've heard people who say they support the market, they still drive across town and buy most of their stuff at a big store. And there's people who, I don't know, they're high income households. People have households around here who, I know people who've got household incomes, several $100,000, income with the two earners, and they still love getting their points from the huge store and their discounts and, fuel points and, save $1 on this and all this, and which kind of just seems crazy, but that's like the American mentality these days. And so it's...
You got that right. I was just interviewing an Indian fellow, and he was saying that we should really have a large Indian food presence here, because the Clifton is really not only do we have a lot of Indians, we have a lot of Muslims everywhere from the Middle East all the way to India and into Indonesia. They come to this neighborhood to live.
Yeah, and I know the Jagdeeps is up the street still, right? And it serves that. It makes it, I guess, it serves that community. On the other hand, I wouldn't want to put them out of business, but I guess the thing is to find what you can do to set yourself apart and be able to survive. Rather.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm going to search out some Indian distributors tonight when I get home and send them an email, see if we can touch base, because they could come in and have a presence pretty much immediately.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess you got to find what it is around here, and it does serve. I know there's people who use the bus. That bus lines pass right by here. Use the bus, where they can get off the bus and buy their food here. It does. There's a small market of that people don't have a way to get to. Like the bigger store.
No, you're absolutely right. I've known people that over on the west side, they'll take a bus right to here because it's a bus stop grocery store.
Yeah, because this bus goes right on up Coleraine and other areas up that way.
Yeah, it's a major line.
Yeah.
Unlike down at Kennard, that bus line is not major, and neither is the one up on Coreyville. They're not on a bus line.
Yeah. So it's got. It's kind of a mix of the market here, but I don't know what else.
Well, thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Okay.
And we'll be talking later. I hope that. I guess my audio problems are not fixed yet, but nonetheless.
No, I think what happened is the microphone got bumped or something, and it the volume went way down. So
I know. I switched microphones since then.
Okay, great.
So we'll see.
All right.
Okay.
Good. Well, thanks a lot, and look forward to hoping good things happen soon. So.
Yeah. I stop broadcasting every day. I'm just doing it every so often, and just because. But I've been doing this since August.
Oh, great. Yeah. yeah, I get on there. I look for the highlights, and we'll watch. Flip through and
Right.
watch some highlights for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and many people do it. So that's why I put the timeline on it. It makes it easy go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you. See you. That's it. Couldn't hope for a better one, Eric. Name tag keeps on getting bent. So I guess we're going to Twitter. See what's happening on Twitter. We just got a few minutes left in the broadcast. I left my J.P. White's Clifton Cool magazines at home. So tomorrow, probably the next broadcast will be Friday, and or Thursday. See you, Dennis. Thank you. And you, Jimmie. Have some more of my beer. And don't seem to have anything going on about Clifton on Twitter. Let's go to Instagram. Maya Jewelry has a nice splash. We have everything working incredibly hard to get things together for something very special that will be happening on November 19th. We are very happy to announce that Maya will be opening a second location, pop-up store in OTR at 1327 Vine Street through part of November and December. We are looking forward to seeing new and familiar faces at both our Clifton and our OTR location. That's pretty cool, Maya.